This is the story of a man who has a depth of $210,308, and he has no other choice than suicide. He tries to commit suicide, but after that his whole life changes. Hello, friends, today I've brought the explanation of the movie Castaway on the Moon. At the beginning of the story, a man is shown whose name is Kim. Kim receives a call from a company. Kim had taken a loan from that company. That company told Kim that your interest has increased and the total amount you have to pay is $210,308 and you have to pay them as soon as possible. Do you have something to say? Kim disconnects the phone. Kim was standing on the bridge and thinking about suicide, and at that time he received the call from that company from where he has taken the loan. Kim was only thinking about suicide, but after receiving that call he is sure about committing suicide. He jumps from that bridge, but he doesn't die. When he opens his eyes, he was on the riverbank. He was on an island. He wasn't that far from the city. He said to himself that I can't even die. After that, he tries to turn on his phone, but his phone was wet. Now he starts to check all areas of that island because he wants to get out from that island. But there was no way of getting out from there. There was a bridge above that island from where he had jumped. He cannot climb that wall because it was too wide. Now Kim has to spend the night there. The next morning when he wakes up he heard a ship. He runs towards the ship and waves asking for help. But the people on the ship think that he is just waving his hands and he is saying hello to them. And the people from the ship also starts to wave their hand. Kim screams for help and waves his hands in different ways, but the people from the ship also waves his hands like Kim. That ship goes from there. Kim writes help in the sand. Kim is fully confident that someone will come to help him because the city wasn't that far from there. Kim again tries to turn his phone on, and this time his phone turns on. He gets happy, and at first, he calls on the emergency number. Kim said that I am stuck on island and I need your help, and they ask for the location of that island. Kim doesn't know the location of that island. So he tells them I am stuck on the island near the Han River. After hearing that, the person who was listening to Kim tells get lost, and he hung up the call. Because there is no island near the Han River where a person can get stuck. This is a very small island, and it was so close to the city that no one could ever imagine that someone could get stuck there. Kim also calls his girlfriend and he tells her that I need your help. His girlfriend told him that we decided not to call each other. Everything is finished between us. They recently had a breakup. Kim tries to tell his girlfriend that he is in trouble and he needs help, but she thinks that he is lying to her. Kim says my phone is about to die, and while he was saying that the phone dies. Now Kim doesn't have any way to contact someone. Kim decides to swim through that river, but Kim doesn't know how to swim. He goes into the river and he starts drowning. Before he drowns, waves of the river again pushed him into that island. He gets frustrated and he wants to kill himself. He wraps his tie around a tree and tries to hang himself, but at that time he heard a siren. And the siren was for a civil defense drill. This drill is practiced twice a year for 20 minutes. It is a defense practice where the whole nation is paused. It is practiced so that they could be safe in case of some emergency or if someone tries to attack their country. Every single person stops where they are, and vehicles also stop where they are. After hearing the siren, Kim also stops. At that time a house is shown far away from that island. There is a girl in this house. She hasn't come outside her room from the last 3 years. She also opens her window only twice a year during the civil defense drill. At that time the whole city is paused, and she loves to see the city paused like that. Her name is Shara. She wakes up in the morning and she goes to the washroom after her mom goes to the office. Her mother prepares food for her before going to the office, and she takes that food inside her room. She doesn't even come in front of her family members also. She has her full routine inside her room. At 9 a.m., she sits in front of her computer. She has a website where she writes blogs. She thinks that we can create our own world inside the computer and we can make people believe what we want to. That's why she edits her photos and uploads them to her website. This was her job. Shara loves to watch the moon. At nighttime, she watches the moon with her telescope. She says that she never feels lonely when she sees the moon because the moon is also lonely like Sarah. Sarah also walks inside her room to keep herself busy. Today was the day when Shara opens her window during the daytime so that she can watch the whole city with her telescope. She also captures pictures of the city. When she was watching, she saw that island also. She saw help written on that island. This was written by Kim. Sarah thinks that was written by some alien and she starts to check the whole island. When she was checking that island, she saw Kim. Kim was in a position to hang himself, but he was also paused due to a civil defense drill. After the drill is over, he changed his mind. That night Shara could not sleep. She was thinking if that man is still alive or dead. She again watches towards that island and she saw Kim alive. She saw Kim screaming towards the city. Now Kim is hungry. When Kim starts to search for food on that island, he finds flowers. These were the flowers that he used to eat when he was a small kid. He says that it's been a long I haven't eaten this flower. When he eats that flower, he starts to cry because he starts to remember his childhood. That flower wasn't enough for him. He also eats wild mushrooms even though they can be poisonous. He drinks water from the river. Now he needs protein for himself and he goes fishing. He was unable to catch the fish. He also saw birds on that island. He tries to catch them also, but again he was unable to catch them. Now he saw a bird's nest in the tree and there were eggs. For those eggs, Kim has to climb on that tree, but Kim doesn't know how to climb on trees. Kim tries to climb on that tree, and while he was climbing on that tree, one bird poops on his forehead. Now Kim has to clean his head. Kim found a bleaching soda there and he starts to wash his head with it. While he was washing his head, he saw that many fishes are floating on the surface of the water. This was due to the chemical of bleaching soda which Kim used to clean his head. He gets happy now, he has fish to eat. Now he needs fire to cook those fish. He starts to rub two sticks against each other to start a fire, but he couldn't do it. After that, he takes out his lighter and lights his cigarette. Actually, he was just finding ways to pass his time. He needs something to pass his time. Now he cooks those fish and eats them. After that, he also falls asleep because those fish still have the side effect of those bleaching soda. The next morning when he wakes up, he saw a bird sleeping. That bird also tried to eat those fish and that bird also fell asleep. Now he has a bird to eat. He found a duck boat by the riverside. He takes it with him and now he has his own house where he can sleep. Kim says that he was saving him money for the last 7 years, but he wasn't able to buy his house and now he has his own house where he can live without any restrictions. Shara was continuously watching Kim. Now Kim writes hello instead of help in the sand because he starts to feel good living there isolated from the rest of the world. No one can disturb him. He can leave however he wants to and do whatever he wants to. He starts to collect the things which the river brings to that island and uses them. It has been a long since he is on this island. And one day he saw a ship near that island and he hides from that ship because he doesn't want to go from there. While he was hiding there, he found an empty packet of noodles. He picks up that packet and he found that there is still one packet of spices. Now he starts to have cravings for noodles. And he decides to make his own noodles on that island. He starts to collect the seeds of the trees of that island and tries to make noodles from them, but he fails every time. He says to himself that if I succeed to make noodles on that island, then I can do anything in my life. But every time he fails to make noodles, every moment he only dreams about noodles. One day he gets an idea in his head. He saw that whenever birds eat something, they don't digest it properly. And he said to himself that now I have to think like a bird. He sits like a bird and starts to think about what birds do eat. And the answer came into his head that birds eat seeds. Now he starts to collect the birds' poops. To collect them he uses his credit card. After collecting seeds from the birds' poops he finds a good location where he can farm them. He works hard in that place. He plants all the seeds which he has collected in that place. This wasn't easy. He was sweaty while he was working there. And when his sweat accidentally goes inside his mouth it tasted very salty. He starts to lick his whole body because he was living for long without eating salt. He said that this was the saltiest thing I've ever eaten in my life. He also put some worms in his farming field because worms make the soil more fertile. The tie by which he tried to hang himself, he takes that out from that tree and he makes a scarecrow using that tie and his clothes. Now he has got some goals in his life. Day and night he always keeps thinking about his crops and how will he use those crops to make noodles. And Shara was watching all of his activities from her room. She was also clicking his pictures and also uploading them to her website. She also writes about Kim with his pictures. She wrote that he is shy. Whenever someone comes near to him he hides from them. He also licks his own sweat. He is a dirty guy. He climbs on a tree. He likes adventure. And one main thing is that he likes noodles very much. He wants to eat noodles at any cost, but I don't know how can I help him. Should I take help from NASA or should I go by myself to help him? She was saying all that because she hasn't stepped out of her room for the last 3 years. Now she decides to do something by herself. That night she comes outside of her room wearing a helmet and she goes to that bridge from where that island is very close. She puts a message inside a bottle and throws it into the water because she knows that the water of that river will push that bottle to that island. But Kim doesn't get that bottle for many days. It's been 3 months since Kim was stuck on that island. Now he knows how to catch a fish. He also learned to climb on a tree. He takes eggs from the bird's nest and eats them. Now he doesn't have any problem for the food. He was also taking care of his crops. One day he gets that bottle that was sent by Shara for him. When he opens that bottle the whole page was empty and there was only one word written and that word was hello. Same as Kim wrote on the sand. Now he understands that someone is watching him from those buildings and that same person sent that message. He takes out the pen from the scarecrow and wears them because he knows that someone is watching him. His crops start to grow and he gets very happy. Kim got that message after 17 days. Shara was waiting for the last 17 days for his reply. Now Kim wrote "How are you" on the sand. When Shara saw that she gets very happy. Shara has something new in her life which is changing her. Now again one night Shara goes to that bridge wearing helmet and she sends a new message. When Kim gets that message, he reads it. There was written "Fine, thank you" and "you." Kim also replies to her by writing "Fine, thank you." Now Shara wants to send him noodles because she knows that he is having cravings for noodles. She tells a delivery boy about that island and tells him to go there for delivery by giving him extra money. He gets there with different types of noodles, but Kim didn't accept those noodles. When that delivery boy returned to Shara, she asked what did he say. The delivery boy said that both of you are strange. He said that these noodles are hope for me. Kim sent a message to Shara that the noodle he is trying to make is giving him some goals for his life and that is keeping him alive. Here Kim's crops are slowly growing bigger and the seeds which he had planted were corn seeds. When he saw that corn he starts to cry. He is very happy. He has never been happier than this before in his life. He feels like he has achieved something in his life. Maybe this is normal for others, but it's a very big achievement for him. Kim has brought changes in Shara's life too. For the first time, she comes outside of her room in front of her mother and she asks for some pots and some corn seeds. Her mother gets very happy because her life was slowly changing and she is getting normal again. Here Kim's corn was now completely ripening, and for the first time, he picks his corn from its tree. He makes noodles from that corn. And he puts the spices in his noodles from the packet of spices that he was saving for the past few months. When he eats those noodles, he gets emotional and starts to cry because it was not only noodles for him. It was the hope which kept him alive, and it also taught him that we should never give up. We should always be positive and work hard for our goals. Shara was watching Kim crying and eating his noodles. And she also sends him congratulations note. After getting that note, Kim writes "Who are you?" and "Why?" on the sand. Shara saw it, but she doesn't reply to him. On her website where she was sharing her stories and Kim's photo, there was a comment written, "This page is fake," because she was using someone else's photo in her profile picture. One of her followers knows her. She was her friend that said this page is fake, and she posts some bad comments also. Her other followers also start to comment badly on her website. When she saw all those comments, she starts to cry because she has worked hard on her website. Her followers were calling her a liar and she gets depressed. On the other side, Kim was waiting for Shara's reply for many days, but Shara doesn't reply to him. When he was sitting idle on that island, it starts to rain, and slowly that rain turns into a storm. All of his crops get destroyed. His duck boat, which is his house, where he uses to leave, also starts to sail away from that island. He catches that boat because he doesn't want his house to sail away, but the wind was blowing so strong that he couldn't hold it for long and he lets it go. Everything that Kim had, all got destroyed. The next morning Shara saw that Kim was sad and he writes a message to show his anger. At that time he heard something ringing behind him, and when he turned around he saw 2 government employees there who came there to clean that place. Kim starts to run away from them because Kim doesn't want to go from that island. Those government employees also start to chase him. When Kim got to another side of that island, he saw more people there. They catch Kim and tells him no one can leave here. Kim requests them to let him leave there, but they don't allow him. They gave Kim his clothes and took him on a boat. Now Kim is going from that island. Kim looks towards the buildings from where Shara used to watch him, because after getting out from that island, he cannot have contact with Shara. And neither Shara can contact him. Shara was watching Kim with her camera. Shara hasn't come outside of her room during the daytime for long. But if she doesn't come out today, she will lose Kim forever. She came outside of her house and starts to run towards Kim. Kim was waiting for the bus. Shara saw Kim getting onto the bus. Shara also starts to chase the bus, but she couldn't catch it. Shara was sad and she started crying. At that time she heard an alarm, and that alarm was for a civil defense drill, which is practiced twice a year, and the whole nation stops wherever they are for 20 minutes. Shara understands that Kim's bus also have stopped for this drill, and she starts to run towards that bus. Shara gets on the bus. She went near Kim and she said, "My name is Shara, and who are you?" Kim couldn't reply to her because he was paused at that time. Now again that alarm rings because 20 minutes was over. When the bus starts to move, Shara was about to fall, but Kim catches her hand and they both smile, looking at each other. This was the sign that from now they are together. The movie ends here. This movie taught us that we should never give up in our life. If we keep positivity in our mind and work hard for what we want, then we can achieve that for sure. Small achievements also bring confidence in our life. If we ever fail in our work, then we should not run away from it, we should learn to face it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.